Alex. And there he's got a big speech coming up the week after next, and I need to vet their intel for him. And I'm just like, yesterday, I'm like, well, Larry, we're too full today, but let me get you on the next few days. All right, but they need it now, Alex. And then Trump comes out that night and goes, my big speech next week. And I'm like, So, okay, well, I know Trump listens to the show, so we'll try to line that up and communicate this way. I'm not trying to sound big. It's true. It freaks me out. The New York Times comes out in 2 articles and goes, InfoWars is the brain of Trump. Well, that's not really true. They just know we research, we vet things. We didn't come out first with the La Raza connection to this judge. Daily Caller did. We went and looked up more, put it out. WorldNet Daily looked out more. Drudge linked to it. The truth is, we'll just go where the truth is. I mean, it's not rocket science, and we're into the world. Like, we remember Laura Allen Hughes and the communist generals and their names and the Chinese generals and what happened at the White House, and it was on C-SPAN, and we want to make that news again because it's news. Like if somebody was a Russian spy when they were 20, and now they're going to be 70, or a Chinese spy, we'd be concerned. No, this was just 20 years ago or 18 years ago. Of course it's pertinent. But it is true that our info gets to Trump. And I'll just leave it at that. And Anthony Gucciardi's a smart cookie. I don't know if it was a rhetorical question that I'm going to Leanne McAdoo. But he asked me during the break, because Don Salazar ran and said, look, Media Matters is like writing about you 10 times a day. He's like, there's like 8 or 9 articles here. It's like everything you say. What is going on? And he goes, and then Anthony goes, they'd be bankrupt if it wasn't for us. All they cover is you and Trump and Drudge. And I went, Anthony, you know why? And he goes, well, because we're newsworthy or whatever. And I said, yeah, but this is run by the White House and the Clintons on record. The former transition chief for Obama runs it. It's all full of Clinton people. Clinton gives them directives. So this is who they're scared of. They're scared of Drudge. They're scared of Trump. They're scared of InfoWars. They used to cover Fox. That's in their hip pocket now. They cover us. This is the enemies list. I am so proud of this. This is like a Congressional Medal of Honor, having these traitors that are funded by a Nazi collaborator, a war criminal, their main funder. I mean, I am ecstatic. People say, is it rough being attacked? Attacked? It'd be like if a NAMBLA came out against me. By the way, they've had Salon and pedophiles on there come out against me. Good! I better have pedophiles coming out against me. You know a man by his enemies. I love it. I like it. Love it. Like it. Love it. I'm 18. I'm 42 and feel like I'm 18. I'll tell you that right now. Feel better than I felt when I was 18 because now I know what it's all about. And I'm into the zeitgeist. I'm going in like a kamikaze into the New World Order, and I love it. I absolutely love not having fear because my only fear is that they're going to win. You see, that's a big secret right there. Being totally committed to and being committed to the zeitgeist, all the doors start opening up. But then you got to be ready when you actually walk out on that final sand gladiatorial event. Because in this type of destiny, you usually don't make it all the way to the end, but your spirit takes everybody else over the top. And you got to be ready. You got to be committed. God's got to know that you have got that eye of the tiger. And then all the doors open. But just know, you got to have the will to want to take on evil for the innocence. It's not about who you are. Sure, I come off as super aggressive and arrogant and wild. No, it's just confidence out of a suicide mission. And I see that same confidence in Donald Trump and whoever he was before. Entering this crucible is only making him stronger. All right, we're going to go to Leanne McAdoo in 30 seconds. I think she's in Long Beach. I know it's a beautiful shot of her out there at the beach, but this is amazing. We're going to be getting to all of this. But I tell you, Leanne, you're getting demonized out there. You're being attacked. That is just a mark of your courage as well, all the stuff you've gone through. Oh, I thought Joe Biggs was still there. I don't know. You know, he's here, I'm told, so if he's not at lunch, let's try to get him in here as well. He was out there earlier than you. You've seen so much craziness, Leanne. You couldn't hardly find anybody that was voting for Hillary, but she still won. But the New York Daily News admits because she was appointed by the superdelegates. What is your takeaway from all of your last 4 or 5 days out there, Leanne?
Thanks, Alex. Yes, we're actually here in Huntington Beach, California, experiencing the eerie aftermath of the possibility of a Hillary Clinton presidency.
As a woman, are you feeling empowered right now?
I am feeling like we can do a whole lot better than that. And I'm feeling very duped that I have to be proud. Oh, she broke the glass ceiling. Actually, math broke the glass ceiling for her. It wasn't the will of the American people. with her secret superdelegates that were tipping it in her favor before the race even had begun. So I feel very duped, and I don't want to get excited about that as a woman. So I don't know. What are you gonna...
Sure. I mean, look, I would love to have a great black president that was a wonderful patriot. That would just be prideful for everybody. Instead, It's like the so-called black president doubles black unemployment. It's horrible. I mean, if I was a black person, I would not want him to represent me.
Right. What has he done for the black community?
What's he done for anybody but globalist? He goes to Africa to fund more forced abortions, basically, and then he tells them they can't have air conditioning or cars.
Right. They can't evolve. They can't improve their quality of life because then the world would tip over, or whatever excuse he gave them. It was really interesting listening to you talking to Dr. Group about the life cycle of parasites. As disgusting as that is to think, it's actually so appropriate for what we've sort of learned here in California. Last night, I'm not sure if you saw the video we put out about the Democratic Socialist plot to take over America revealed. These were women who they've been longtime political activists. They kind of started the whole gay marriage thing here in California, and the lady was just like seething. Yeah,
in fact, set that up in a moment, and we'll play that clip. In fact, I meant to say that's one reason you're on. Amazing footage you got out in California with Zimmerman.
Yeah, and I mean, these people, we went to several different polling locations, and we did go to West Hollywood. It's mostly just a gay community there, and that was where all of the Hillary supporters were, which is like, how have you even been duped? What has she done for the gay community? Her husband was one of the people who reinforced the DOMA, so a Defense of Marriage Act, and then all of a sudden she evolved on the issue.
Yeah, tell us who these creatures are that you interviewed.
Well, there's one video you can see Hillary Clinton's biggest fan, and he is supposed to be out there every day. He's getting people to come vote for Hillary, and he has absolutely no idea. He's like, oh, the FBI, they closed their case 6 months ago, and that's just fine. And TPP, oh, she didn't do that. And, and he's out here like drunkenly, like slovenly, oh, vote for Hillary. Oh, this is the future of the country.
Yeah, that's it. You cannot overestimate or over-exaggerate how slovenly, dumb even their leadership is, but their minions can hardly talk of every race, color, and creed. What have they done to these people? I'm serious. I mean, I thought we should make a pamphlet we hand out and that says, are you a zombie? Yeah. And it's like written for a 5-year-old.
Well, getting back to the whole parasite, the cycle of parasites. So this woman, she's talking about how, like, we're going to take over. I'm a proud Democratic socialist, and Hillary, she's our gal. She's going to push this through. And whatever happens, we can see with all these young Bernie supporters who are just out here spouting off those talking points, they are primed and ready to keep the life cycle, this parasitic lifestyle cycle going, because they have been primed and programmed now for many years, if not decades, pushing through this Democratic Socialist agenda. And they're so excited because they can finally see it about to happen with Hillary.
Yeah, they finally got enough of the public that literally, they say laces and shoes is going out because people don't like to tie them or don't know how.
Just need some slip-ons.
Here, let's go ahead and play Democratic Socialist Plot for America reveal that Leanne McAdoo shot yesterday. And we'll go back to McAdoo and ask about where is this mystery Hillary's voter? She finally found some. But they openly admit they stole it from, I'm going to give you everything for free. But let's go ahead. But see, he was going to give them too much of the trillionaires' money. They just want to give chicken feed out. So I guess Sanders is better for the average socialist out there. But let's go to this clip.
Leanne McAdoo with Infowars.com. I am here in West Hollywood, California, and the polls are about 15 seconds from closing. We're still waiting to see, could Bernie Sanders potentially take California, even though they've already called it for Hillary Clinton. The math has made history. The superdelegates have decided tonight. You can see they're counting down.
Yay, superdelegate.
This is the key race here in California, 400-plus delegates to be won here in California. Of course, it's still too early to call, but they've already called it late last night. We're going to go find out from these women. We would just like to know, what does the country have to look forward to with a Hillary Clinton presidency? Hillary Clinton for president, what does the country look like?
If she becomes president, well, first of all, the country looks a lot more united instead of divided. The country looks a lot less racist. The country wakes up the morning she gets in with hope. And and not fear. She doesn't practice the politics of fear. And I think it's great. What is better than a wonderful, strong, experienced woman?
And so what do you want to say to all the young Bernie supporters out there who have said that they're going to go vote for Trump rather than Hillary Clinton, and they don't like her scandals, they don't like the kind of trail that's sort of following her? How do you talk to those people and make them overlook that?
My name is Robin Tyler. I'm a Democratic Socialist. I produced 3 marches on Washington, major marches with 1 million people. And being a Democratic Socialist and having been an activist since the 60s, I understand their excitement and I understand their disappointment in not having the candidate get in. But this is not about Bernie Sanders. This is about a movement. I have been in the anti-war movement, the feminist movement, the anti-racism movement. And so what's great about them is rather than imploding our movement and our Democratic Party, what's great is they can use this instead of imploding, exploding to be this fantastic
stealing
movement.
elections is good. Of course it is for communists.
This movement, and I'm a Democratic Socialist.
You're a commie.
This movement will run the country.
Look at the cult
and I
lady
think that's great.
next to her, your TV viewer. These are scary people.
The right wing has been getting her for 25 years. She's not in jail. She's never
You're the one
been
smiling.
indicted.
We're winning. We're somebody now. The mega banks and Chinese generals with slave factories are in control. Apple suicide nets.
Even from the left.
Yeah,
But
she
I'm a
admits the whole plan.
Democratic
Sorry.
Socialist. I'm a major activist, and I'm for Hillary Clinton.
Okay, can we pull up the Death of the Emperor from the Dark Crystal? Because I want to show this lady's acting role without makeup on. Leanne, I'm sorry. The Drudge Report, media goddess. Hillary is a media goddess, and Richard Simmons is transitioning into a woman. I thought he always was.
Right.
I'm sorry. Who cares? I always thought he was funny. But okay, let's work out now. Yeah. CNN depicts history-making Hillary Clinton as glowing golden god. They actually said that. And she's all planned to blur it out and blast her with spotlights. The Christ goddess. If this is a goddess, I don't want it anywhere near him. Marilyn Monroe, a goddess. Leanne McAdoo, but not Hair Hillary. I'm sorry. Go ahead there, goddess.
Well, that's what I agree with. I mean, if you could see the look on that lady's face, and she just was so sure to point out how she's a Democratic Socialist, but Hillary is the one. And that is the whole point, is Bernie Sanders was never even going to be president. It was all for the money and to push the left even further into more progressive issues, more progressive
That's
agenda.
it. They admit he was there to move it all to the left and normalize it so she could look more conservative.
And now the buzzword is like, they're going to unite the country. We won't be racist anymore. We'll be.
And we've got re-education centers for the people that don't want to, actually in the Army official files now.
Exactly. And that was what was so frightening, just the look in her eyes. And I had a report early in January when Hillary Clinton, Debbie Wasserman Schultz couldn't tell the difference. They couldn't express, well, what is the difference between a Democrat and a socialist? And they were just like, well, I'm not a socialist. And they're like, but what's the difference? So I did a video on that and pointed out how if you go to the Socialists of America, the Young Socialists of America, their website, they talk about how, what is a Democrat, a socialist? And that they linked up with the Democratic Party because they felt they were the ones who were going to be the most powerful to push the agenda in America.
And then if you watch these women, when the mastermind's talking, the other one's like in rapture when she talks about the sneak attack plan. I mean, these are whacked out loons who want us to live like Russia and Venezuela or Cuba. These are whack jobs.
Yeah, and they're like so seething with power that in the next 4 years, this is going to be running the country and all the are going to fall in line. And we talked to some people out here on the beach, and they're like, yeah, socialism, it's great. It's for the collective and not the individual. They don't even know what that means.
Why are you against the golden goddess?
Yeah, well, so the collective decides that we're going to gas the Jews, right? And then they're like, oh, well, that's not good.
The collective decides we're going to take all the middle class's money. That's okay.
Yeah, and that's what these people do not understand. They think that, oh, we're unified. Let's all just get unified.
The prosperity's all going out the window, and a bunch of soft nobodies that don't even work, who show up once a year to politically bang on pots and pans, are not going to be given full control. And they're so weak-minded, when we totally collapse, they'll never even admit it, because they'll have a power trip, even as their ceilings caved in like Cuba.
Right. I mean, we have got to stop this, Alex. That was what was so frightening to me last night. And just talking to these little socialists in the making, frightening, and we have got to turn this thing around.
I don't know what they're putting in the water out in California. Those are the dumbest people. And you look who rules them, a bunch of smiling loons, you know,